This video is from my friend Ann, but anybody else who wants to watch it can watch it, of course. I put it out there just because this is an easier way for me to communicate what I wanted to talk about with you, Ann, and also this might benefit somebody else. So anyway, this book is called The Chronology of the Ancient World, written by E.J. Bickerman back in '68, was first published, and it's part of an overall series of books called Aspects of Greek and Roman Life, which I highly recommend to anybody who wants to read those. But obviously it's an ex libris book that was going to be destroyed. I picked up online for probably $1 or so. Anyway, Ann's going to write this, Ann, if you're listening, you're going to write this book. So I thought that I was reading the preface again tonight, just rereading, and I thought this is really appropriate. So he's writing this book, and he says, "This book was originally written at the suggestion of blah, blah, blah. I was young at the time, and I did not realize the difficulty of my task. Knowledge is required to prepare a work of scholarship, but only ignorance gives the courage to publish it." I just thought that was a beautiful bit of candor. Unbelievable. So, even better than that, a point that we were talking about, and we've talked about over and over, and we were talking about it last night as well, is he talks about the fact that he had written something like this before, but he redid it in order to put it in this anthology. So here's Scullard wrote this book, and he's the general editor of this series of books. So it says, the English edition was undertaken at the invitation of Professor H.H. Scullard. At his wish, a supplement containing various chronological tables has been added. The text itself has been completely revised and often changed to make it clearer or to adapt to my present views. On this occasion, many slips of previous editions have been tacitly corrected. It is a pity that the reviewers of my book preferred to praise it instead of pointing to its faults. A book and its author profit from blame and not from approval. And I just love that. I thought that was so wonderful because, you know, you talk about, like, you're writing a manuscript, you hand it to a friend or a family member, and they say, "Oh, isn't that nice? You're such a great writer, isn't that nice?" Well, that's great. It feels good for a minute, but it really doesn't help you, like, to write your book. So, a little bit of critique, a little bit of criticism is always welcome. You know, don't crush me, but, like, you know, tell me how I can make my book better. So I just thought that was funny because we were just discussing it and I saw it, and, you know, how there are no coincidences. Things like this are, you know, just pop up. So there you go, Ann. Have a nice day. And for anybody else who's here, and if you found this useful, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.